Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Last time around we had Looming Shadows, where basically, after months of preparation, everybody was, prepared for the Promised Day. So Ed reunited with Winry for a little bit. Al was actually captured by Pride and Gluttony. Gluttony's also back. Scar and Dr. Marco have recruited a bunch of Ishvalans. And then Roy was preparing back in Central. He is going to be teaming up with General Grumman to attack Central, basically, to under the pretense of stopping terrorists. And the Fuhrer was on his way back to Central, but they trapped his train and marooned it. So, yeah. And then at the end, everybody at Central was panicking because they lost the Fuhrer. They assumed he was dead, but then Father showed up along with Sloth, and was like, "It's okay, I'm here now." So, yeah. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Here we go. Oh, yes. Yes. She's back. Yay. I know I made a bold statement at the end there, but I mean, kinda. She's kinda my favorite. It's like, look. I love Winry. I love Riza. I love Olivier. There's a lot of girls on this show I like. I fucking love Lan Fan. I can't. I can't though. I can't decide between Riza and Lan Fan. Riza's so fucking cool though. But I fucking love Lan Fan. She's just so fucking badass. Lost an arm. Now she has her new arm. She's got an automail arm now. She's so fucking cool. She's voiced by Mikasa. It's just great all around. I don't know if I can choose between her and Riza though, but fuck. And honestly, it's nice to have Lan Fan back in a similar way to it's nice to have Ling back, because some of those episodes with them are some of the better episodes. Like, it's interesting. It's like I kind of miss the pre-North stuff, because that had more of Ling and Lan Fan and Roy, like I kind of I've missed those characters, but we've had really great characters introduced since, going to the North, so yeah. Oh, good stuff. So first off, in the notes, we had the meeting with Hohenheim, which was really interesting. I love it's so interesting seeing the difference between Ed and Al there, where Ed just sucks him, just decks him, and with his metal hand too. That was funny too. I like that. I like it. He's like, hey, why do you have to? Why you could have given me some warning, and with your metal hand too, So that was really funny. But then it's interesting seeing, the fact that Ed still holds this grudge, but it's kind of, it's a teenager grudge, but at the same time, there is, validity to it, and it's basically, it's more difficult for Ed to forgive him. And there's also the fact that the last time they met, which there was one before, or they have met since Trisha died, that the last meeting they had wasn't a great one, Al didn't have that. Tense meeting, So So yeah, so interesting stuff. The day of reckoning, which is the promised day, which is just upon us, will happen during a solar eclipse. That's really interesting, man. It kind of feels very Avatar all of a sudden. Like it's the day of Black Sun. Literally, is the solar eclipse, and we're gathering, all of our friends that we've collected from around the country, but we're gathering all of our friends to go and stop the bad guy. The funny thing is, this has about as many episodes left, actually more episodes than Avatar did between the Day of Black Sun and the end of the show, So, yeah, interesting. It's just sort of an interesting thing. And this was 2009 when this anime came out, but presumably the manga came out at least, a year or so before, because the original anime was 2003, but the manga was still going. So yeah, so probably 2003, 4, maybe 5, which was around the time Avatar started. So it's entirely possible that Avatar sort of borrowed the idea of the solar eclipse for book 3, And the thing is, though, the use is very different, because in Avatar, the point of the solar eclipse is that it negates firebending, basically, so that's where they're going to go and attack the Fire Lord. Whereas here, Father is going to use the solar eclipse. It's part of his plan specifically. So even if, Avatar did sort of lift that idea from here, it's so different that it works out, I like how Hohenheim immediately offers to use his body, basically his Philosopher's Stone, as a way for Ed and Al to get their bodies back, That's a really interesting thing, because, that would mean you don't have to, you wouldn't have to use the portal that Father is going to be using, So that's interesting that he would do that, but Ed doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to use the innocent souls that are within Hohenheim's body, basically, So yeah, that was interesting. And I like that moment where, I like that, and I like seeing Hohenheim being like, I've got 2 good sons, they're good boys. And, even if he's thinking like, they didn't get shit from me, that is most likely all from their mother. But I like that. It's an interesting thing that, both times he sees his sons, it's definitely a moment of, all right, they turned out good, they turned out all right. And then we did have Ed giving Hohenheim Trisha's final words that she wasn't able to grow old, and she died first. And and I think, that's part of it, where Ed is still, he's still holding this grudge, and for very genuine reasons, honestly. But at the same time, I think he does see how that affected Hohenheim, that he was sad. He's sad that that happened, and that he wasn't there, So yeah. I love that Ed made his jacket again. That was really good, That was, now granted he tossed it aside, but I'm sure he can get it back at some point. But I absolutely love that he just got red fabric and then popped it into his jacket, which means he's really good at fabric alchemy. Oh my god, Ed is the best genist. There you go. There is such a thing as... Oh, why hasn't that been a character? Can you imagine when you've got all these different, alchemists, even in the Ishvalan War? I want one guy who is specifically a fabric alchemist, and he's going around like best genist, with his whole, the thread thing. And then, because everybody uses that too, that would be so interesting. Everybody wears clothes, unless you're fighting nudists, you can use that. That's so cool. They just introduced something so stupid that I love it. But yeah, but he got his jacket back. He tossed it away, but he got his jacket back. Fucking Grumman, what the hell? So Grumman, I mean, basically Grumman is basically just going to use Roy and Olivier, have them get captured, then he comes in and takes over, and it's like, oh, I thought we were cool, man. Like, look, that your political aspirations are not important. What's important is defeating the homunculus. You know, the homunculi. So, I don't know. But yeah, and then we had Pride showing up with Al's body, and then taking out the lights. So, taking out the lights was specifically just Pride can't see, you know? If nobody can see, then, you know, pretty much everybody's on more even playing field, you know? Excuse me. It is the end of the day. This is the 5th video I've recorded today, so. Anyway. So yeah, I thought what it was going to be was, which I guess this doesn't make sense, but I was honestly thinking that the reason Ed took out the lights is because a shadow cannot form in darkness, you know? Because a shadow, as you can see by this demonstration, a shadow is just blocking light. So if my shadow was going to go do stuff, the only reason that shadow exists is because of the light on it, you know? So I was assuming... oh, this is great. So I was assuming that, and of course we still have light coming from like my computer and stuff, but I was assuming because there is no light, it can't cast a shadow, thus Pride cannot form. That's what I thought it would be, but it wasn't. It was literally just, well, now nobody can see, so Pride can't just go and attack so easily, you know? Oh well. Still works out. And it makes sense because we've seen Pride, you know, in the tunnels and stuff, so yeah, that's not a thing, really. Oh well. So yeah, also Gluttony. We had Gluttony coming back, and I like Ling and Greed working together, you know? I really like that, and that the fact that, yeah, because Ling can sense the homunculi, so he can actually protect Greed better. I wonder, can he still use Greed's power? I would assume so. I would assume that he could still use the ultimate shield, but I don't know. But then we get the return of one of the best girls, Lan Fan. Lan Fan's back, and she's here to kick some ass. Oh, it's just fucking great. It's great. She's strong. She's cute. Oh, it's amazing. So, I mean, to be honest, because we joked about it, is that because it's the same voice actress who does Mikasa in the dub of Attack on Titan, and she's very Mikasa-like, but done for a more comedic effect than Mikasa in Attack on Titan. And there are still comedic moments with Mikasa in Attack on Titan, but I don't know. I just like it. But it's just, I don't know. I can't really tell you the difference between Mikasa and Lan Fan, but I don't know. But it just makes me like Lan Fan, you know? I really, really like Lan Fan. Find somebody who cares for you the way Lan Fan cares for Ling, you know? So that's great. And I just love her coming back and being a badass, so yeah. So, good stuff, and I'm excited to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.